Vettori. Marvin, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you guys for having me.
We'll take our first question from Gabriel Gonzalez with Cage Side Press. Your line is open.
Marvin, can you just walk us through all of these changes? I mean, when did they reach out to you to say, hey, can you step up and fight Jack Hermanson?
It was Friday night. I was doing a conditioning session with my coach, Chase Chicos, and I saw a few missed calls from my manager, and a message called me ASAP, and I know something's going on, and it's something important whenever like something like that happens, and I just I called him back, and he said, "There's a great opportunity for you to take, and Kevin Holland is out. You can jump in and fight number four Jack Hermanson next week." And I was like, I gave it a quick thought to make him wait, and then I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. I think it's I was super happy to accept it. I was like, first of all, they're bigger opportunity, like higher ranked guy, and then second of all, I was like, man, it'll take a week away from like because I would have been 2 weeks out, and the fact that it took a week off of my camp was perfect to me because I was already in a very good shape, and I know that week would have been just like a week of like keeping myself that way, but with the risk of catching things and like making a lot of adjustment to train. So I think it would have been like not easy to do, and I was really happy for them to take a week off. I got more submission than Jack, to be honest. But that being said, they're different because I think that Jack Hermanson maybe goes. I don't know. They plus their submission game is very different. Like I feel like Jacare was more of a Kimura and guillotine guy. Jack also have some kind of guillotine, but I think I don't know, man. Like what it is, I think Jack Hermanson brings a little bit more energy to the fight. Like like it's more high energy the way he fights. Meanwhile, Jacare was a little bit more aware of his energy management throughout the fight. And to be honest, on a sense, I would have been more worried about Jacare's round eventually than Jacare Manson. But overall, like I train on a daily basis with war level jiu-jitsu competitor, and Jack Hermanson doesn't even know what top level jiu-jitsu competitor are, to be honest. I think on a daily basis he might have trained, but like no, definitely not on a daily basis. So I feel like to be honest, everything that Jack Hermanson does, I do it better, and I'm not gonna underestimate him because he's definitely a solid guy. He's number four for a reason, but I don't fear him anywhere.
Hey, thanks very much. Marvin, welcome back. Just a couple of quick ones for you. You talked about it a little earlier. You and Jack came up on the regional scene, and you had that rivalry with Robertson. Do you fight better with a rivalry, with a little bit of a chip on your shoulder, with some fire under you?
I like it, but there's fire on this one. There's a chip on my shoulder on this one, and like being the main event is that extra pressure. So there are like how can I say, like there is a lot going on for this fight too. So like like it's not that I have it's not that I need necessarily like like that kind of like, I wouldn't call it beef, but like that extra animosity, but I haven't even seen him yet. I want to see him and look at him in the eyes. I want to see him, but I haven't even seen him since I've been here. So but there is definitely a lot going on, so it's not that I necessarily need like that kind of like animosity.
All right, and a guy you maybe do have a little animosity about that you spoke about as well is your Adesanya. Is there a worry from your part that he's going to hold up the division by going to light heavyweight?
I'm tired of talking about Israel Adesanya, man. I'm Let's talk about me fighting Jacob Manson on Saturday. I'm gonna, that's the focus right now.
All right, man. Fair enough. Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Hey Marvin, so we talked like a week ago about the Jacare fight, and then obviously everything kind of changes in a matter of days. How crazy has this been to, you were kind of frustrated not getting ranked opponents and guys wanting to fight you, and now you go from Jacare, who's a legit legend, to the number 4 guy in the division in like a span of a few days.
Yeah, man. Like they say it's better to be ready for an opportunity that doesn't come that not be ready for an opportunity that eventually comes. And I was ready, and they gave me a call, and I gave him an answer, and that's what it is, man. Like I'm ready, and when I'm ready, I don't care who's in there, and obviously, the higher the rank, the better, and feel like I'm the best in the world. I definitely belong to between the highest ranked guys, and this was just a great opportunity. I don't, like I think Kevin Holland should have never been there, but he was, and that's it. I mean, but something went wrong, and I was ready to step in. I was ready. I was ready either way. I was happy either way. I was happy to fight Jacare too. But this is just a step up on everything, and let's go, man. Wait.
I know we spoke about kind of the frustration of the higher ranked guys not wanting to fight you or just whatever the case may be, and I know you were kind of getting angry about it at one point as well after the Roberson fight. But how much respect do you have for a guy like Jack Hermanson to accept a fight with you on short notice? He is a ranked opponent, and to have that willingness, like, does that make you respect him that much more that he was willing to take this fight?
I respect him, but it's like saying, yeah, I respect somebody to do their job. It's like they're supposed to. I just like they're just doing their job, and being in that situation, it's. I would have definitely done the same without even thinking 1 second because with all the camp being done and with all the training, that's what I'm saying. Like so many guys, like they're willing to step away a week out. I don't know if they train hard. Like whoever whoever goes through a hard camp, 2 3 months of a hard camp, a week out, I'd fight Ngannou, man. Like I swear, like I'll put my ass there. Like whatever happens, happens. But man, all that, all those, all those crazy training session, all those situation, but when things could go wrong and they actually go right, like, and you make it all the way to the fight, it's man, like you have to keep going, and then whoever they push you in front, like you have to accept, like so. I definitely respect it, but at the same time, he's just doing his job, to be honest.
You mentioned it with Jacare. Coming out of the Roberson fight, there was a lot of bad blood there, and with Jacare, you had nothing but respect. It was just a fight, a chance for
Yeah,
you
yeah,
to up yourself in this division. Would you say it's kind of the same thing with Jack? I don't think he's had a bad word to say about you. This is just competition, but would you say it's a similar thing here, where it's just a fight for you? This is a chance for you to get in that top 5 rankings.
but like it's no. I feel like with Jack, like I mean, I got nothing against him, but it's I it's I don't know how can I explain it, but it's like we came up together on a sense. Like we fought in the same show a couple times outside of UFC. I saw him coming up. He saw me coming up. Like we're both hungry, and yeah. I mean, like of course, like I don't have to disrespect him, but it's different. Like with Jacare, I had a little bit more of a I don't know. And again, in the fight, nothing would have changed. But like I'll go face to face and talk to him a little bit. Let's see what he's about.
I know odds don't make fights. At the end of the day, you got to go in there and fight. But when this fight was announced right away, you were announced as the favorite. I'm sure you've heard this. People saying, a lot of people picking you to win the fight. Considering, what you've had to do to finally get these ranked opponents and things like this. Like, does it speak to the respect that people show for you and your talent? That on
Yeah,
short notice, number 4 ranked guy in the division, and you're the favorite to win this fight.
I mean, I think it's there to see, but I feel like the general public don't know because they just they love watching numbers. They love like hypes and stuff and this and that. But like, I think it's there to see, But at the end of the day, like you said, I'll make fights, so I'll have to prove it. I'll have to go out there and like raise to the occasion and just do my job at 100%. But yeah, man, I think, like I said, I didn't say just because. Like, I really believe everything he does, I do better. So I feel these guys don't want to lose money, and they know it too.
Hey, Marvin, what's up?
What's up, man?
Marvin, both Jack and you have something in common because both of you have talked about how hard it was to get opponents during this 2020. So, although you will be facing each other. Why do you think that people like you and Jack have so many issues to get fighters who want to fight with you?
I don't know about Jack. I know about myself. I think a lot of times it comes down to this let's call it like risk reward ratio on whatever fight you go into, and I think the risk was way higher than the reward. My case, people see I'm hungry. People see they're not gonna get like a guy that like one two like couple fights he's really ready, one fight is so ready, and one doesn't even train for it. Like, I always put everything into every camp, and I always show up 100%. I'm always hungry to win, and I don't think people like that. I don't like it. I mean, the risk is too high.
Yeah, I understand you. And Marvin, did you have to make too many changes on your game plan for this fight against Jack?
Nah, not really, man. They're both orthodox. They felt a little bit different, but like the way I train, we train to make adjustments. We also train to make adjustments. Obviously, like, good fighter is able to make adjustments, and even in the fight. So it's just they're both orthodox, both mainly grappler actually, and little changes here and there, but like really really little. Like, the moment I'm ready for anybody.
Awesome. And what do you think will happen if you get the win on Saturday? Where should you appear on the middleweight rankings on Monday morning or Tuesday morning?
Well, I'm really focused on Saturday. I don't think about the after too much, but I should definitely be on the top five. And every time they talk about title contention, my name will be mentioned. I'm sure about that. So that's where I will be, and the rest will play out itself.
And do you think that UFC will make you face someone else for the number one contender spot in case you win, or you should be the next title challenger?
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. The me and Stylebender will definitely have to meet again, and that I think is definitely the fight to make. We had such a close fight first time. I think I won. He thinks he won. Either way, he has to run. He has to be run back, and that's that's fact, and that will happen. So we'll see if this is gonna happen right away. Great. If I have to put somebody else on my record, that's fine too. I'm a man of my word. Like, if this situation, like, I've been calling out people and telling them that sometimes we have to fight, even if the fight is not the one that we've been, like, after a while, the fight that we've been wanting forever is not coming up. And I'll do the same. Like, if they tell me that I have to be out, like, if they make me wait forever to get the title shot or something, I'm definitely gonna get another fight in between.
Okay, and talking about that, I want your opinion as a middleweight. What do you think about the possibility of Adesanya going up to the light heavyweight division to challenge Jan Blachowicz?
It's bullshit. I think it's kind of bullshit. I think this guy just thinks it's too much. Like, he just thinks, like, I don't know. He can do whatever he wants. In reality, like, to me, he still didn't prove much. He's like, his last fight, yeah, was good, but it was mainly like I feel like Costa beat himself. He beat his own self going into that fight. We, the fight before, he barely he on my eyes was one of the worst title fight ever, and he basically, I think, basically lost against Yoromir. So he didn't really prove much. But the media, they're all over him, and the main thing, to be honest, I think it's there's not much of great hungry opposition in the top 5 at the moment. You know, we got Robert Whitaker just coming out of win with Jared Cannonier saying that yeah he's interested but really not, and he's just worried about like he's just looking forward to just enjoy Christmas, which is totally understandable. But man, he was like what October, November, like yeah, of course, like you can enjoy, but at the same time, man, if you're really about getting the title back, you should be hungry for it. And so that I think like like number one contender is not that hungry anymore, and opposition like strong real hungry opposition is not there. And after Saturday there will be. So he better stay and not play around, going around like heavyweight this and that, or yeah, well, not gonna go into that, but like or stay and face me. Yep.
Do you think this win, if you win, do you think if you win, this win will be enough for you to rematch with Adesanya, or you have to win another one?
I just said that, buddy. I just was
And
speaking about it.
and if you can't get Adesanya, let's say, who is the best matchup for you? Costa or Connelly or Whitaker?
I like no I think Costa is a very good matchup for me. But yeah, either of them it's good. I like all of them.
Hey, Marvin, I'm just curious, as when Darren Till initially pulled out, was this fight ever an option? Did it ever come up that you might be able to fill in then rather than them go to Kevin Holland, who's outside the rankings?
No, right away they didn't. Right away they didn't. No.
And in terms of you
I
and
was
your
already
team,
scheduled to fight Jacare, so I had a fight.
so was you dead set on doing that fight when you seen them going outside the rankings to get Kevin Holland? Was you not kind of telling your team that I would love this opportunity?
I was just like, man, how like people are on Kevin Holland, and I'm like, these guys shouldn't be there. But I was like, yeah, well, I really object, you know,
And
wouldn't
as a
because if Kevin Holland gets ranked that high, it's just a shit show. Like, why would I kind of laughed, but I was like, I gotta give him that he's active, that he keeps fighting and whatever, man. Like, these times are a little bit weird, but um, it was a little bit funny to me. But I was not angry. I was not like upset about it because I had a fight. I was happy about fighting Jacare, man.
Yeah, and as a guy who's been kind of chomping at the bit to get these big fights for quite a while now, what did you make of it when Hermansson's coming out and saying, 5 ranked guys have turned me down, and then he has to go outside the rankings to get anyone to step up and face him?
I don't know about it. I haven't read about it. This shit happens, man. This shit happens all the time. Like it happens. I don't know why. Like happens. Like either time. Like nowadays, some people are just like I called them before on a tweet. They're campers. I don't know. They set their head on one guy that I think they match up perfectly with. I don't know how they think. It really amazes me how the hell they do it. But that's how it is. Like they just set themselves on one guy or two guys, and they want that guy until that happens, and then man, that's why I don't know. It happens very often now.
Marvin, on Twitter, you challenge fighters like Weidman, Anderson Silva, Jacare, and many refused to face you.
Mhm.
Challenge against Hermansson, the fight you've been waiting for so long.
It's massive. It's amazing. I love it. I'm soaking it all in. It's massive, man. It's massive. And I said it. It's all these years, 12 years of tears, sweat, blood. It all comes to opportunities like this, and you better be sure that I'm gonna show up on Saturday. So I'm ready for war, and I expect none of the less.
You gave to Adesanya a very tough fight, and both have evolved a lot. And now, what your prediction if you face him again?
I think I'll beat him. I think I'll overwhelm him. Like these guys goes in and they underestimate him somehow, or they get over their head to go in overconfident. Design is solid. You have to pressure him in the right way, and I learned so much. I watched that fight not too long ago, and I realized that at that time I didn't know so much compared to what he knew, especially on the stand-up, and I still did so well just by instinct. And now that I see everything that he's doing, and I've been studying him for a long time now, it's gonna be a whole different game. Now I feel like even on the stand-up, the like our knowledge on the stand-up, it's at least like how do you call it? We both know the same. We I know what the things that he's gonna try to do, and I don't know if he's gonna know what I'm trying to do, but I definitely can see whatever he's trying to do, and plus I have a massive advantage with the grappling, and I think it's gonna be a completely different fight.
Yes, yes. My last question for you, Marvin. Recently, you said that you want to be the first Italian champion in UFC history. When do you expect to fight for the belt, and after how many fights?
Wait, what? Sorry.
Recently, you said that you want to be the first Italian champion in UFC history. When do you expect to fight for the middleweight belt? After how many fights?
Like I said, my focus is on Saturday now, but 2021 is the year, man. 2021 is the year. So either way, whatever happens, I'll get to the goal. I'll get to be the UFC champion in 2021.